I first came to know of Mannkal through my economics professor, Dr. Greg Moore, who encouraged me to attend the 2011 Freedom to Choose conference, which George referred to earlier. This conference was such an enlightening experience and was one that basically sparked my interest in libertarianism. And so I consistently attended in the years to follow and was eager to become further involved in Mannkal's initiatives. And this year I was fortunate enough to begin as a research intern at the Institute of Economic Affairs in London. And the IEA endeavours to improve understanding of the fundamental institutions of a free society by analysing and expounding the role of markets in solving economic and societal problems. I was able to take part in this process by investigating the cause of Britain's productivity puzzle. Economists have delineated a number of hypotheses that may account for this phenomenon, and it was my job to analyse one in particular, the zombie firm hypothesis. This refers to the notion that low interest rates and bank forbearance have permitted the continued existence of heavily indebted and unproductive firms, which in an ordinary economic climate would be forced to exit the market. I was also able to attend a number of events that were incredibly engaging and provided me with the opportunity to meet and converse with very accomplished people. For this reason, it's very difficult to pinpoint one experience as the greatest highlight of the internship. However, what I found to be the most valuable was actually presenting our final research papers to the IEA staff and the panel-style question and answer session that followed. It was clear that they appreciated our hard work, and there was something particularly invigorating about research fellow Philip Booth asking my personal opinion as to what recommendations I would put forward to policymakers. I would like to thank Ron Manners and Becky Vidler, and also everyone at the Mannkal Economic Education Foundation for enabling me to travel to London and have this wonderful life-changing experience. And this would not at all have been possible without your encouragement and support. Thank you. The stigma of selling the family farm is so deeply embedded in the Australian psyche that the reality of foreign ownership in the agricultural sector is profoundly misunderstood. Contrary to common belief, foreign investors own a mere 11.3% of agricultural land, with approximately half this figure being Australian managed. These figures signal the misconceptions that have arisen out of nationalistic fear, which both politicians and the media have played upon to their advantage. The government maintains that increased regulation will allay public anxiety. In doing so, what fails to be acknowledged is that the free flow of foreign direct investment is imperative to the survival of not only a prosperous agricultural sector, but also a wealthy Australia. Our nation prides itself on being resource rich. While Australia possesses land in abundance, we cannot make productive use of this land without a substantial injection of capital. However, Australia lacks the domestic savings to do so and has, for the better part of 2 centuries, relied upon foreign direct investment to service our own domestic investment needs. The Ord River scheme is an exemplar of a failing project that was salvaged by the investment of foreign capital. In 2012, Shanghai Zhongfu, which is a Chinese multinational corporation, won the sole right to develop approximately 15,000 hectares of agricultural land in a region that has defeated Australian farmers and developers alike since the 1970s. The river was initially dammed to trap the heavy monsoon rains for year-round irrigation and was later directed towards harvesting cotton crops. A lack of modern capital, inadequate farming management techniques, and inexperience in tropical farming systems rendered the scheme unsuccessful, that is, until now. Shanghai Zhongfu plans to invest $700 million over a 6-year period to establish an entirely new sugarcane industry in the Kununurra, which includes the construction of a state-of-the-art sugar mill and will create more than 400 jobs. The Australian Agricultural Company, which was a shortlisted contender in the bid, did admit that they could not match this offer, and there are very few Australian firms that can. It is patent in the historical record that the agricultural sector would not have industrialised and expanded to where it stands today if not for foreign capital. This has led academics and economists alike to question, why are we challenging the benefits of foreign direct investment now? The foreign acquisition of projects such as the Ord River increase the rural range, afford access to new technologies, provide opportunities to improve our skill base, and develop links to global supply chains. I'm glad to have shared this knowledge with you this evening, and I hope you share my opinion.